Սիրելի բարեկամներ, մեր հաջորդ ակնարկը պատմում է ATOP բազմանշանակալից աշխարհ կազմակերպության ձեռնարկի մասին, որը տեղի ունեցավ Միացյալ Ազգերի կազմակերպությունում կանանց միջազգային հանրահավաքի այս տարվա շրջանակներում.
In conjunction with the 58th session of the United Nations Commission on the Status of Women, ATOP Meaningful World presented a symposium on healing the trauma of domestic violence around the globe. More than 100 participants from over 50 countries, including diplomats, academians, civil society representatives, and spiritual leaders, as well as students, took part in this conference. Following welcoming remarks by Public Relations Coordinator Berliner Marku, founder and CEO Dr. Ani Kalajian shared an overview of women's empowerment and healing initiatives spearheaded by her organization in 45 countries around the world. The objective of this symposium was to present data on the ongoing prevalence of domestic violence, to identify new psycho-spiritual approaches to healing trauma, as well as provide an experiential demonstration of one such healing method. Following Dr. Kalajian's remarks, Reverend Dr. Victoria Jean Rollins, founder of the Love Task Force, gave a presentation on love's transformative power to heal the wounds of trauma. She defined love as an action verb that, combined with the mindful choice, allows us to transform to heal ourselves and others.
I believe that we are all given in birth our right to life and the divine spark within us to become the love. And if we can tune ourselves into being the love and being the change in the world, to heal the world one relationship at a time, it begins with peace in our own hearts. If I focus on out there what's happening collectively, it's easy to feel discouraged and despair. That's when I have to draw upon all the resources that I know, that I felt healing within my own self, my own personal wounds, to say what can happen for me through the grace of God can happen to anyone.
Lauren Schuschel, PhD candidate in clinical psychology at Columbia University, discussed his research on consciousness, health, and spirituality. Mr. Schuschel concluded by leading the symposium attendees in a best self-visualization and experiential meditation exercise.
The meditation the presentation was on the best self. It's called the best self-visualization method, and it represents the idea that in each of us, there's an optimal state of functioning, there's an optimal state of being, and that we can, all of us, access a best self. And today was about healing the wounds of domestic violence. And in that, being aware of the best self, being aware of this state of consciousness is an aspect of healing, is an aspect of the world's healing. Because if we operate from that state of mind, that state of consciousness, we can heal each other. We can be aware of violence before it happens. And I speak of the contemplative science, the inner science, and this inner knowing, this inner being is a state of mind, which is, I believe, to be an optimal way to be.
As an interactive session followed, led by Dr. Kalajian, where symposium participants were invited to share their thoughts, as well as services on the topic of healing the trauma of domestic violence. Dr. Ani Kalajian closed the symposium with the traditional collective healing, a heart-to-heart circle of gratitude and love.
This is a wonderful opportunity to connect with the women and men from around the world. You know, there are about 100 countries represented here at this commission, and it's a jewel opportunity to share our work with them and then hear from them, like we did at the end of our meeting, what initiatives and what programs they have. Because if we don't put our energies together, you know, we keep talking about this violence day in and day out and year after year, and it's very frustrating and disappointing and depressing to hear the numbers again. 70% of women are still physically and sexually abused. This is not acceptable.
What are your plans for the future?
Our plans are now to get ready for our mission in Haiti in June and another mission in Armenia in August. We're working in the villages. We found so many more needs in the villages in Armenia and elsewhere too, because it seems all the aid is going to the capital, and not enough is being infiltrated and disseminated to the villages. I mean, including basic needs like electricity, like running water, and their empowerment. So that is our goal. And then we work in India in November.
Of course, we're approaching April 24, the Armenian
Yes.
genocide. Do you have any plans for that anniversary?
Yes, on the 17th of April, we're having something we never did before. The whole symposium is going to be from the Turkish side. Not the denialist side, of course, the side that acknowledges, that wants to dialogue, and this is very, very unique. Right before the 100th centennial commemoration, this one, because we need to engage them. Enough of us talking to ourselves. We need to have them, the generation of the perpetrators, next generations, they want to come out and say they're not accepting this, and they want true democracy. And with that, we're celebrating them, and we're also empowering them.